So good news on Nvidia, but the bad news is they're selling the good news and we look like we're going to zero at the moment. Okay, Bitcoin's back at the lows from yesterday. Are we going to get a little scalping here in the session? And obviously, guys, we're covering tons of altcoins. I've got loads of setups. Let's cheer up and let's go. And remember, guys, if you like selling the good Nvidia news while it's falling over and the good news is bad news, hit the like, the bell, and the subscribe. It is 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗔𝗔 time for sure today because we've had unemployment numbers and we've had, jobs numbers. They were conflicting. We're going to talk about it now. 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗔𝗔 is here. Hello, sir. How are you feeling?
Bullish AF. Man, this is so amazing. I love this market. I love it.
Let's get out Panda. Let's see. Panda's here, guys. It's Thursday, which means it's Panda time, and it's normally breakout time, but we might call it breakdown time today. Hello, sir.
I want to go home.
It's such filth at the moment. Okay, work on some charts because I'm pretty sure whatever you had just now is now inverting itself. Okay, guys. I mean, the speed of this dump now and the sell-off, it's actually unreal. The amount of round trips. I was saying to James just now, like, they round tripped. Wednesday, we worked so hard for those entries. I'm sure a lot of you were part of that. We got entries on Wednesday. We round tripped that on Thursday when they came and they put us under so much pressure. Last night, I was up till 1:30 in the morning working those entries. We did the work. We absolutely nailed those trades yesterday. Pops up. And what am I expecting? Obviously, nice Nvidia news. Maybe they'd be polite enough to give us a continuation. And what do? They release those job numbers and the market doesn't like it and they start sending us down. Okay, so guys, it is part of the game, unfortunately. And it's pretty rare for me, I must say, to see two major round trips after major pressure, 2 in a week. It's you don't see that often. I must say, I was really, after that first round trip, I thought, guys, we going now, at least for a couple of days. And yeah, absolute mess. Okay, Jose says the dump is BS. They pump when I'm sleeping, they dump when I'm awake. Yeah, you must pump when you're awake, bro, and take a dump, well, probably while you're awake too. But okay, let's get into this, because this feels like not really valid information at the moment. Why is this looking so green when it shouldn't be? Maybe because we did get quite a big bounce, but we are round tripping now as we speak, okay? And 𝗬𝗍𝗧 says we are in new territory, definitely. And Panda, have you found something yet? Inverse things, okay? Okay, so we're going to cover, guys, today. We've actually got a lot to do. I've got a lot of altcoins for you guys. I want you to focus on some of these because we might be hitting some big levels on some of these altcoins. So that is obviously coming in hot. We're talking about Bitcoin. We might get a Bitcoin setup as well. I've got a whole Bitcoin plan for you. And obviously it's November. I've got Black Friday things that we need to cover. Okay, so buckle up, guys. We're gonna cook here, okay? And Slotsman says unsettling. Look, it's pretty unsettling. I mean, it was pretty wild what we've just experienced. Okay, let's go. Let's see the damage. Oh my. Here we go. Okay, fresh lows coming in for BTC. Let's first unwind. Let's first look at the good things. Okay, let's first look at the good things here. Let's take the positives out of what happened. Yesterday, we were looking for a move. I said to you guys, let's try and grab the sweep of the lows. What did they do? Bang, bang, and we got the move. So well done to anybody who took that trade. It was a fantastic setup, and hopefully you guys did well out of that thing. Now, I'm going to show you what I spoke to chart hackers about this morning as well in terms of what to expect for the day. But I did say this morning in my morning report on in the chart hackers Discord that I was opening a couple of head short plays as well because we were sitting at resistance. So obviously, guys, very important to be in the chart hackers Discord. Not only watch the show, but if you want this type of alpha from us and myself and the team, I drop these reports every morning. I go through the stuff. I go through all the information. I tell them what I'm thinking. You can see there this morning, I told them I was going short here, and then I was looking at a couple of options here. I even said if you bearish, many alts and BTC at various levels of resistance currently could be rolling over. Now, obviously, you didn't want to see this mass destruction here, but that is what it is at the moment, and this might be a little opportunity. Okay, we'll carry on talking. This might be another sweep here at the moment. Panda, why don't you check this out? Maybe you should just long this there while you're in the back while we're talking. Okay, so what do we got here? I want to see Bitcoin, number one, let's hold these lows. Okay, if we can't hold these lows, we're going to look at the 3-day chart in a couple of minutes. So let's go 88,300 is what we're going to be watching now. That is our fresh low at the moment for BTC. So 88,300, we'll track this now. If we lose levels, you're going to be nicely covered on that 3-day chart. Okay, so we've seen a little sweep here for now. Now, what is the next possible plan? So looking at this situation, we can see immediately 1 hour is still turning down, but yesterday they didn't go too extreme. They did actually roll it up relatively quickly. So in terms of any bounces, what you're going to do, just keep it really simple. You bang out your 382 and your 0.5. Those are normally the ones you want to see in terms of bear zones. For example, if we are looking for a little bounce, and you're going to see here a possible rejection then back at that 90K zone. So if they do give us a pump back up now, what you're going to be looking at, something like this potentially, and then maybe a little bit more downside over there. So right now for me, it's 9,200 into 9,800, looking relatively interesting as a little bit of a rejection zone there. And that potentially could be the move that sends you a little bit lower. And I'm talking about 85K now, based on what we are looking at. Okay, so right now things aren't looking very rosy in terms of what we're looking at there, but those are the danger zones if we do get a little push up now in the market from BTC. Okay, so Carry LS says no long, just short, probably a good call. And I mean, yeah, it's just very disappointing. I'm not going to lie, James. What do you make of this? What do you make of this current situation? Can they not give us a higher low?
Just give us something. Let us have a little move. This is unbelievably disappointing. I was so hoping for 96. That was the whole plan. Give us a little bounce. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, they just wanted violence instead.
Yeah. So I mean, just in terms of what I wanted to see. I mean, James was looking at what 96 over there. Like, yeah, for me, we hit our first resistance zone, no problem. Look for that second bounce. Obviously, for me, I like this zone. There was a VWAP up there, yeah, just under 96K, James, and that would have been ideal for us. We would have rode off into the sunset, nailed some of those extra higher conviction shorts and things like that. And unfortunately, they haven't done it. Now, guys, again, what do we do when the shit hits the fan? We crack on. Okay, that is what we're going to do now. It didn't go according to plan. Now the round trip, that sucks. Now we go, new opportunity, nice and red. Let's figure this stuff out, okay? Bear Moon with us here. As usual, the Mooners are in the house. Okay, so let's get into the news. Let's talk about the important stuff, because the video was obviously a big one for us, but also, very importantly, let's discuss some liquidations. Now, yesterday we were saying we're definitely going to get over 500 million with the Nvidia results, and look what we got. We're now on 730. I'm sure as this gets updated, it's going to push higher. Just a reminder, how many times we used to see $1 billion in liquidations. We could count it on one hand, I think, in a period of 6 months. Now we're seeing the 700, 900, 600, like on a regular occurrence. It's actually unreal to me at the moment. And Multi-Doge, at least he's found the bear moon. So, you know, that's always a good start if you got a bear moon. At least that's calmed your nerves a little bit. Now, who feels like this today? This is kind of how I feel. You know, spending $50 on something I need, I'll never financially recover from this. But lose 5,000 in crypto, guys. It is what it is. Eh? I mean, who's feeling that? Panda? Yeah, Panda's hiding. But Panda really wrote, it is what it is. Eh?
It is what it is, really. It is. But it is, okay, though.
So, guys, I mean, it is what it is. But we thought Jensen well hung was going to come. Is it Jensen well hung? No, it's Jensen Huang. But anyway, he is well hung, apparently. But we thought, where's James? Where's James? We thought Jensen very well hung was going to come and save us here today.
He did.
And he did. He really actually did. Nvidia beat everything. They pulled us out of the trenches last night. They literally, I was about to change my undies at about 11 p.m., 12 p.m. last night, and those zones held, and then off she went, and I was like, oh, I'm not allowed to swear, but I said, yeah. Absolutely.
He finally saved us. Got exactly what we needed, got the move, and then the damn jobs numbers again today.
Yeah, so look, all round, guys, the good news is Nvidia like absolutely smashed it. They did really, really nicely, and they gave us exactly what they wanted, what we wanted. They gapped up for that trade that we were in on Nvidia. Was an absolute banger. Now, there's a couple of interesting things here for me. So I'm out of that long. I opened a short here on this VWAP and 0.5. I want to show you guys something interesting. Okay, this is a little bit of a story for me at the moment. Okay. I don't know if this is the best looking Nvidia chart I've ever seen on the 4 hour. Okay, so just something just to note over here as to what is possibly happening. And we got to see how this thing is now going to play out for the rest of the day. But right now, key support for Nvidia 182 is what we're going to be watching. Let's see what happens there. If we start losing those Nvidia lows, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to get spicy. And we're probably going to start visiting areas somewhere in this type of zone at about in the 160s. Give or take, okay? And let's not forget the 200-day MA. So if this happens, we'll deal with it obviously when we need to, but I can assure you the whole of the TradFi community will come in and buy Nvidia at 154. I can guarantee you that is what's going to happen. So it's not going to go below that, well, at least not without a fight, put it that way. So, okay, current situation, resistance 195, support 182. Let's see what goes on after this. Okay, now 𝗷𝗋𝗋, you might have to mute your sound there, Panda. 𝗷𝗋𝗋𝗋 says, tough to argue there's an AI bubble. Now, you've heard there's a lot of talk about AI bubbles and things like that. He says, when the revenues keep rising massively, okay, the only bubble might be VC funding, but that's power law for you. You have to have enough shots to hit goal, and the AI model factors in many zeros. Okay, so yeah, I mean,
exactly
the
what
earnings
Jensen
going
said
up
last night too. Because he's like, listen, I know there's a lot of talk about this AI bubble and everyone's concerned that tech's in a bubble. It's like, we see something different and everything's sold out. They can't keep up with orders. How is it a bubble when there's that much demand? Demand is what drives the market. If the demand's there, the market's there.
Well, 100% correct. Okay, so Jensen Well-Hung has got it all organized at the moment, and things are going nicely there for him. Now, the bit of news that put a little bit of shade on everything today was the unemployment rate, okay, which actually was supposedly bullish for markets, 4.4%. And then we had unemployment claims. Why isn't it showing? Oh, where's this thing go? It says tentative. Oh, it says tentative because they're still doing a couple of things.
It was there. If you go back.
It was there.
Yep. Is at the very top there that had the 4 folders. You just
there we go.
The
119K. Yep. Okay. 119K. There we go. Okay. So here's the current situation. So that is not good news in terms of markets. So if you're trading currency, maybe it's good news. But just elaborate how bullish this is when we get the one up and one down.
That's it, because during Powell's last FOMC, he said the metric he was most closely watching was the unemployment rate. A single month of jobs numbers is kind of irrelevant. You know what I mean? Because it's just a single month. And they're saying that the reason that's so high is because of all of the deportations that have created job openings temporarily, right? It's not that this is the economy has turned around. So this is just a single month, and that unemployment rate is rising, which is actually really bad, which is good for crypto because it means they can cut rates. But shortly after this came out, then the housing numbers came out. You have that there too?
Existing home sales rise to highest in 8 months. So suddenly the housing market, which was supposed to be falling over, is suddenly doing things again, and they don't seem to be too affected by the rates. Is that a fair
And that's
assessment?
the thing. What this shows, for anybody that doesn't know what the hell that means, is that people are buying houses at current rates. So why does J-Powell need to cut rates when they're already buying? And that was one of the reasons they needed to cut, because housing was in such a slump. But yeah, that's a big increase in home sales.
Okay, so guys, there you go. Something interesting happening with the S&P here at the moment. Looks like, if this pain continues today, looks like we may or may not get a close below the 50-day MA again. Okay, so that could obviously turn relatively bearish there for us as well. Bounce zones, guys, looking for long, 6,540 and 6,430. I think you'll get nice scalps out of those zones if we do go into those areas. You can see the daily is reversing now at the moment, and maybe a little push down here, but it's looking like we should get some kind of action soon. Okay, the charts look like roller coasters, exactly. And Brian says, nah, who's buying? Okay, well, yeah, so people will buy this. Okay, now how's this? Meta has fallen to its most oversold level in 3 years. Now, I haven't looked at this in a while. I haven't looked at this in a couple of weeks. And the last time it hit an RSI of 23 was when it bottomed at $100 per share. So I thought, okay, let's have a look here. Let's take an honest look at what's going on with Meta. And you guys know how much I love trading a 786 and a trend on these altcoins. And look at this, Meta on the weekly is potentially dropping into a 786 and trend here with the bonus package of a little undercarriage here waiting for us. Okay, so in terms of confluence zones and areas of interest where I think we can get a decent bounce, including the weekly oscillator that is starting to reverse a little bit here, 550 for me looks like a place where we might want to take on a little bit of risk if we start dropping into that zone. And it doesn't have to be an absolute moonshot. It can literally be the play that bounces us back into this death cross that you see over there. What you typically want to see is a drop, and a bounce into the death cross, and then maybe a little bit more downside. So is this part of reloading for the Santa rally, perhaps leading into December? Maybe we get a little bit of action there. James looking a little bit skeptical at the moment there, but we're going to get something. We're going to get something out of
it. Was the Santa rally that brought the smirk, because I read something about that yesterday. Everyone always talks about the Santa rally, and I remember last year it didn't happen either.
Well, it did a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
Early December. Yeah,
well,
but
and that was the Trump pump we had, right?
Yeah,
prior to Trump taking office, that it was a good end of year for sure.
And they came in basically ended us in middle of November. I mean, middle of December, they came and ended us. Okay. And crypto lady's got it. Okay. She's pure hacker style here. Santa rally so we can short big. Guys, we just need that high conviction pump that gets retail back in. When they start coming back in there, we're going to be pumping into big zones there, then we can grab a couple of shorts. Now, here is my absolute misery at the moment on BTCC. So I've got the Nvidia short. I'm playing the Kansas City Shuffle here, but it's not helping that I'm getting absolutely smashed on the crypto stocks, MicroStrategy, Coin, and Circle at the moment. So let's talk Circle. Circle is back to its IPO opening price of $69. Bar chart says horrendous. Okay, well,
that's crazy.
The best comment of the day for me though.
I remember people messaging me, FOMOing, going, man, I missed it. Oh, I'm going to wait for a better entry. It just kept going, and they bought up at 180 something and this and that. And here it is back at IPO price.
So rough. Rick at the bottom here. I don't know who Rick is. He says, it did one complete circle. Wow. Okay, so guys, like if we drop much lower, I'm going to start cutting some of these stocks, because obviously I'm going to be under a little bit of pressure here, and this is totally linked to a crypto market bouncing. If that was not the local bottom for Bitcoin and crypto for like a week or something, or even a few days, it's a difficult one to hold these with conviction if the crypto market is going to continue to fall over. So it's a very tricky one now, because they are so linked to one another's behavior at the same time. Okay, so MicroStrategy, you can see we are still in the zone. We are barely hanging on. Okay, we're almost at exhaustion here. Look at us on the 3-day. This thing is screaming. It's like Bitcoin as well. It's almost so close. We need some kind of capitulation or something like that, just so we can fire this thing up and get it bought back. I do believe it will get bought back at some point. And where are we going to fish for those levels? So where we are right now, obviously I'm sitting in that long. I'm under a lot of pressure. Where is the next feasible zone for me? 152. I've written it here. You can see it's a simple little horizontal pivot area here for me. 152 makes sense. And then I've got another banger. The crypto market will be in such filth if MicroStrategy goes to 110. Okay, it is a level, and it is there ready to go. I can't imagine what's going to be happening to Sailor at 110 on MicroStrategy as well. Okay, so he might need a couple of undies. Who knows? Okay, so oscillator's going to fall off the bottom of the screen here. It looks like. I agree. Now, Coinbase also sending me to dark places at the moment. And again, this is totally subject to Bitcoin bouncing between 88 and 85K for me at the moment in that fib region that I want to see hold so badly. So if it doesn't bounce in that region, I suspect Coinbase starts dropping to the next zone. So where's the next feasible zone? 207. That's another 20% to the downside. Okay, so absolute mess there at the moment. Okay, so guys, there's the horrible side of things. Here's a little bit of a bull source for you guys. Capitulation metric just hit a new all-time high. Last time Bitcoin went up 50% when this happened. Okay, so there you go. Basically ruined your day with bad news, and then I came with the good stuff. Okay, there we go. There's some good stuff for you guys. And US is going to the G20 now. No, surely not. Surely not. Okay, well, that's a separate discussion. Okay.
Get us some nice headlines, maybe.
Yeah, so, okay. Anyway, guys, this is a metric, according to Vivek, that is actually quite bullish. What I can tell you, from my side is, like, we've seen the video before. We've seen the capitulations, and sometimes it does take a little bit longer. But I can tell you, when the move does come, it's very rewarding, and it's going to run away from you. So what I can say is consistently play the big zones consistently. That is what I want to say. So don't capitulate now and walk away, and it hits the next big zone, and then you get a 3 or 4 day pump out of the market. Stay focused, save the dry powder. Let's try small positions on these big zones. Let's play it consistently, and one of these is going to be the big mover for us. They say buy the dip. I say with what? The grass event is ongoing. Yes,
well, grass is ripping apparently. Everyone's talking about it, saying that grass is just flying.
Panda's favorite little puppy.
Are you long, Panda? Are you in it?
No, but I'm gonna get that revenge short. I can guarantee you
that.
Okay, so guys, let's talk BTC higher time frame. At the moment, going to zero. At least it feels like we are going to zero at the moment. But in terms of the levels, okay, I think it was reasonable to say, and I did say this again, I've said it a couple of times this week, possible bounce and then lower, okay? And lower for me was 85K, okay? That is the big zone here for us at around this 85K region. It's a macro fib as well for me. And if we do ping that area, yes, it could get quite fun for us in terms of BTC. Now, where is our next major zone? Well, if we really start dumping hard, what are we going to be looking at? It's going to be the 77 to 75K. And these are just the facts. These are the zones where we need to be ready to react when it drops into these types of areas. Okay, so for me, guys, 85, this is a big, big zone for us. Let's get this thing, let's just get this fibbage out here exactly so we know exactly what the number is here. And we can just front run that fib a little bit because we know this market loves a couple of fibs along the way. 85, 528 and 34 cents. Okay, that is where I'm going to set a limit order. Okay, 85, 528 and 34 cents. Okay, Panda, if you set it at 35 cents, bro,
I will. I will. That's the thing, though.
Okay.
I always do.
Do not do that. Okay, so let's get into some alts. And right, guys, so we got a bumper session here because Panda's got a couple of setups. He's probably scrambling after that sell-off. But Panda, get us some bounces, bro. Okay, we need something that goes uppies. And then I've got Black Friday stuff for you guys. I covered it early in the show yesterday. I want you guys to cover to see the options here for you because it's very important you take advantage now in November. So I've got a few of these. So I'm going to sprinkle them along the way, okay? And we'll bring you some action, okay? It's 2 hours after opening. Watch change of direction. Yes, that's a valid point. Let's see where we are on BTC. Do we need to be long yet on this puppy? Yeah, I think we're getting close here. Panda, are you long yet there, bro? Are you long yet? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. There he is.
I did. I opened. It actually hit 2 of my levels. Why not?
Yeah, let's
It is
go.
what it is.
Let's go. Okay, what are we going to watch here, guys? What are we going to watch? We're going to watch BTC dominance at the moment. This thing is now holding the 100-day MA, but overall, Bitcoin dominance is relatively bearish in terms of what we've lost. We've lost the trend. Okay, we might get a push higher. Obviously, that can be painful. And then we're seeing that dip lower down in a perfect situation. Okay, so just keep your eyes on this dominance. It is obviously a problem in terms of altcoin strength. Versus Bitcoin. If that dominance is pumping, it means the alts are generally getting drained a little bit there. Okay, so watch this guy. There's a rejection zone for me, 59.7%. Looking for a rejection there on Bitcoin dominance. Okay, USDT dominance. This is obviously an issue now for us. It's blowing through that big resistance zone again. And exactly, what's crypto lady talking about? What is she talking about? Is she talking about longing things? We'll go now.
Because it is what it is.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have. I haven't even looked at these alts now in the last 15 minutes. We're gonna have alts on levels now. Okay, so we're gonna look at them as fast as we can for you guys. USDT dominance. If it pops higher, the next reasonable zone is gonna be 6.4 to 6.5%. You probably see a flush in the market, like a quick capitulation, and then you'll get a nice hard bounce in the market. Maybe that is Bitcoin at 85. Maybe that is Bitcoin a little bit lower down. Okay, so look out for that. Cheeky Monkey says 79K. Yeah, I mean, could see it. That makes sense. Let's go. Let's see if that plays out. But you can see the current sentiment here. If this USDT dominance pumps, that is where we're looking for a little bit of a buy zone there on some of these altcoins. Okay, now let's cover the casino at the moment, the 4-hour heat map casino. I had an experience today that I don't want to experience again anytime soon. This thing called ALCH, ALCH. Look at this thing, bro. You laughing, but you know exactly why. You know exactly why, bro. Okay, guys, you see this ALCH thing? Okay, let me show you. No, it's ALCH and it's what was the other one? 𝗀𝗃𝗃. That's the one. Okay, so I've got a couple of things here for you. This 𝗀𝗃𝗃 played some nice games with me today. I had a limit order set, okay, and hit my limit order, my sell limit order. I was updating Chart Hackers stuff, and I saw it hit the order, and I was like, "That's cool, whatever." And I look at it; it's like minus like $900 or whatever. I'm like, "No problem. Carry on doing my thing." I check. I go back onto WeX, and this thing is like negative 3K, and it was a 5K position. I got absolutely smoked, and I had to close it, unfortunately. But you guys can understand why I closed this thing. I mean, that was brutal. That was worse than the normal pump there on some of these guys. Now, why was this thing pumping? If anybody's interested, 997,000 in fresh demand stepping in, while early winners barely de-risked. So there was no selling, and there was a ton of buying there. From these guys. So 172% pump. Yeah, a little bit more pumpy than I thought. And okay, we've missed the opportunity here on this _𝗏, unfortunately. And this _𝗏 was, I was saying to the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 guys earlier, DGens try and short the fake out. And they didn't quite hit the fake out there. You can see there around 25. So this _𝗏 is now off the table for me. It's hit the big zone. Hopefully some of the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 guys got that. And grass, this panda, we can work on this one here. Nice revenge play. There's 2 short zones for me on grass, guys. 75, 755, and 1 to 1.1. Those look like the most reasonable zones for me. Why do I like these areas? Well, we'll keep it really simple. Number 1, we've got a nice undercarriage over there. Number 2, we've got a really nice 236 macro 236 fib as well. So that's tying in quite nicely. We've also got order blocks in that zone. And then higher up, I've got a 382. I've also got an undercarriage over there. And I've got the beautiful 200-day moving average. Okay, so if anybody wants to do some crazy things, okay, you want to play the casino with me, 755, and you're looking at 1 to 1.1. These are the feasible zones for me. Anything you want to add on this one? I know you've been watching this. I know.
Yeah, I was gonna 7.5 is such a sexy zone. And then also looking for degen play at around 666, 0.666 to nibble around that area. Very close. Close. Very close. Very close.
So guys, there you go. There's the panda degen play, 0.666. At the moment. Okay, so that is that's guy over there. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, let's get into these alts, and let's see what's what. Let's start with 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗁 is sending us. He's sending us to dark places, guys. He's sending us deep here on ETH here. He wants us to go to 2.6 into 2,400. And yeah, I mean, I think he would call this a demand zone. What do you guys call this thing? Demand zone.
Point of control, demand zone,
what is Simon
zone, long zone, liquidity zone.
I call it bullish. Okay, bullish zone. Okay, so guys, this is my view on ETH at the moment, and look, I tend to agree. Like the general area is pretty much the same. You guys know I put a lot of emphasis on where my macro fibs are sitting, and 2,750 for me, quite a big area for ETH. Okay, quite like that zone. 2,750 makes a ton of sense to me if we are going to drop into that area. Okay, so 2,750 into 2.6, it does make sense. You can see there's a little bit of a horizontal here for us as well. So anywhere in that region, I've got my buy order ready on Gravity at the moment. I did show you guys this one yesterday. I'm sitting here with a limit order waiting at 2,750, and they must just come. It's like a little magnet. Hopefully we'll pick that up, and hopefully we won't get absolutely rinsed. Okay, so that is my plan on ETH. If anybody wants to give it a go, remember on Gravity, you can do farming with this. If you're trading on this, you're actually farming for the airdrop that they are going to be sending out for you guys, and you're going to earn points as well. And they've also upped the multiplier or whatever the point system is at the moment, so you will be earning more points from these guys. Okay, interesting. ETH and Bitcoin, lower time frame on the 1 hour. They are in bounce zones here. Let's just take a look at the moment. Not quite there on the 1 hour. I do want to see a reversal indication here for us, and possibly exactly what we had yesterday. So in terms of a short-term possible trade here on ETH, we can see 2,750 is obviously the big one for me. In terms of a short-term trade, we may see something like this again today. Bang, bang, and then possibly a little bit lower. So just look out for something. Look out for something like this on ETH. Anything down to what do we got here? 2,830, somewhere around there. Just look for a little sweep here, possible push up, and then a rejection again for possibly lower. Okay, so that is on the table there for us. That oscillator is dipping pretty quickly, but it's not quite there at the moment. Okay, so there is your ETH situation. Let's talk SOL, and just like Mia says here, SOL on the 3-day back to entry 129. Beautiful round trip. What a wonderful, pleasant experience, eh? What do we call it? Chef's kiss.
First class round trip. I got so many miles.
There we go. 129 on Sol. Guys, reminder, just a couple of things I want to show you here on Solana. Okay, so in terms of jumping the gun a little bit too early and things like that, in terms of like when moon and stuff, last time we saw a reversal print on the 3-day on Solana was in Monday. It was in February 25. We saw the reversal print. Look what happened to the price action when we got the reversal. We got a short-term pump up, and then they actually dropped Sol from 180. They dropped it down to 98. So, I mean, a 50% haircut on Sol. The last time we saw that divergence type setup play out. Then here we are today. Okay, we've got our reversal print on Sol. Was that tiny little move? Was that the one? You know, was that the rejection play there? Yes, sir.
I just saw something about Battle Royale. Is DJ Dave on tomorrow with Battle Royale again?
Yes. Okay, guys, this is what's going on. This is there's Banter Royale tomorrow. Now, Sheldon's going to be hosting Banter Royale. We've got DJ and Dave. He's the defending champion. He won 3 in a row. And there's 2 or 3 other guest traders that are joining. So that's Banter Royale tomorrow afternoon. I'm unfortunately not hosting that one. I'm going to have to host hopefully the next one. There may be one on Sunday, and there may be one next Friday as well. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun if I am running that Banter Royale. So look out for that. But DJ and Dave is on tomorrow, and I have convinced DJ and Dave to do a free and open scalping sort of workshop for everybody who watches my show and everybody who watches DJ and Dave's show. So he's going to start talking to you guys about that pretty soon, but we're going to do a free workshop for everybody, whether you're a 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 member or just a show viewer. We'll make sure you guys can come to a workshop and you can learn a couple of scalping skills from David and I, but obviously David, because he's the defending champion at the moment on the Banter Royale. Okay, so something fun to look forward to there. And yeah, Multi-Dote says, yay, finally, you know, look, he's going to show you, he's going to share a few things there. Okay, so guys, in terms of key levels for Sol, 129, look for longs there until it breaks, and then we've got 112 and we've got 98. Okay, so look for longs until you lose the support. Look for the sweeps, you know the drill with these coins. Look at this. Okay, so Sol dropping into a potential bounce zone here as well. Anything down to 129 could be a simple range play. As horrible as it looks and as frustrating as it is, this is really just simply some kind of rangy situation at the moment that we might find ourselves in, even in the short term. Okay, so that is obviously something that we can watch. So 129, look at that. What I would say is, in terms of being slightly more comfortable on Sol, I would like to see this thing bottoming out here to give us more sort of conviction on when the reversal is ready. Until then, we might have some short-term pumps and dumps and things like that. Okay, so look out for that. But for me, 129, you can see range low here, maybe a little sweep, something along these lines, and maybe we pump it back a little bit. Panda's gone again. I don't like it when you guys leave me like that. Doesn't leave me like that. Dan says, market makers building positions for the pump. Yeah, I mean, just how long are they going to build positions for, Dan? Like another week, another month, till 2026, bro? I'm getting tired, boss. I'm getting tired. Okay, let's look at the destruction. Okay, so I mean, it's head shorts all over the place. I was positioned for net long. Obviously now getting absolutely rinsed here on my longs. I'm round tripping. It's absolute filth here at the moment. But again, we'll fight to see another day. We might get another bounce shortly on some of them. I mean, that pristine Bitcoin entry that I got at the absolute pico bottom there is now turned red, and where's the head short is now printing green. Go figure. You know what I mean? Go figure with these guys, the games they play. But I mean, this is effectively the Kansas City Shuffle on steroids. Look at that. We get along.
Kansas City breakdown. Breakdance.
Now they're sending us to zero at the moment. Okay, so guys, that is my current situation. And again, a lesson for those of you out there that only have a strategy of going one way. Remember, guys were shorting on support yesterday. They got absolutely rinsed when the market started pumping, and then we hit resistance again. And what do you do when you get to resistance? Take a little bit of profit, open some head shorts, leave one or two open for the bigger moves for the upside. Okay, that is a nice little strategy, and it saves you when these things start rolling over like this. Okay, so just remember that if you want to learn all these fun things, you can, number one, you can do my accelerator course where I teach you the basic TA on my reaction zones, all these types of things. Number two, come into Chart Hackers. You can join me and the team. We've got an amazing team in there, and they will show you a couple of dark arts as well. And there's a lot of very good shorters in the Chart Hackers Discord. Okay, and yeah, Giorgio, they keep grabbing new lickies lower. No, it's filthy. It's absolutely filthy. Okay, so guys, we're gonna get Panda on here. Panda, don't run away. I just want to cover these Black Friday things. It's super important that I cover these for you guys. So number one, Black Friday, number one is my indicators. You can see all the indicators that I use, including that super powerful oscillator. It's for a 1 year subscription here, $279. It's normally $69 a month on the show. If you're in the Chart Hackers Discord, it's normally $49. Here it is for a once-off deal here for Black Friday. $279 for a year. That's literally one trade in my when entry section, and you will be sorted out. I was doing a spreadsheet today. I haven't finished it at the moment. I'm going through all my when entry setups that I put in the Discord. Every single day, I drop a high conviction altcoin setup, and I've been going through all of them on a spreadsheet. Let me just show you where it is, and just tracking all of this stuff. And basically, we've got some absolute bangers in there. And the current result is 13 trades that hit the entry box, and 9 have been successful. Okay, so obviously you're going to use stops and things like that for the ones that aren't, but 9 out of 13 hits at the moment, looking good. And I haven't finished updating it, but it is coming back there for you guys. Okay, so that is in Chart Hackers there. And then another thing for you guys, if you want to join the Chart Hackers Discord, remember for the rest of November, it's going to be $99 to join Chart Hackers, and you will be locked in for life at $99 a month. If you join after November, it's moving to the new price at $149. And then there is obviously a yearly deal here for you guys. If you want to buy for 1 year, there it is at the moment, $999 for the next full year. Okay, so there you go. There you get that. And then guys, remember, Bitfunded, I spoke about it yesterday. Prop trading, there's 4 days left. You buy 3 and you get 6 in total. Okay, so pay for 3, get 6, and they're doing 100% profit split, and they don't expire. So if you buy a big bundle now, you can use it throughout the next year, and it's not going to expire. Okay, it doesn't, not like it goes away. Okay, let's get into coins, guys. Let's get into things. Panda, we got to talk about this fart coin, bro.
It's, I'm trying to get a sense of what's going on here with these with these memes. Like it's really weird how some of them are just going bananas. There's a lot of, I think, exit liquidity pumps going on here.
I mean, this fart coin comes out of nowhere. Like, we've been watching fart coin on and off for 6 months. Does nothing. Does absolutely nothing, okay? And someone's now loaded up on fart coin, and this thing is now all of a sudden, well, now it's falling over with the rest of the market, but all of a sudden it has woken up. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of perspective here as to what can happen if the market does eventually decide to wake up. For example, like March 2025. Remember, it hasn't even been a year yet. So this makes sense. You know, you get a little wavy situation. But if it does wake up again, look what you can look forward to. Let's not forget, you know, the moves that you get out of this. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a new high. It can literally be up to a 382. It can be up to the 200-day MA. Even if they do something like that, don't think that this is not going to be a euphoric moment for us. Okay, don't think that 300% on Fartcoin is not going to translate to like 100% on Solana. ETH maybe back at like, I don't know, 3K. But like, I mean, I don't know, you know, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so guys, Fartcoin, possible upside here on this thing. You know, a big support here. You can see the big level on the 3-day chart at the moment that I'm tracking here is 22. So that is going to be our big level there. 22 is your big support on Fartcoin. I do expect at some point this thing to launch off with a lot of these alts. I spoke to you about Useless the other day. I spoke to you about SPX, which absolutely ripped over the last 12 hours or so. Giga, Panda was trading some Giga there. I think that thing absolutely exploded as well. So there is something going on. So guys, Fartcoin, there might be new life coming into it. Maybe the whales are getting ready. Maybe they're getting ready for some action on these things. And yes, don't write off a strategic Fartcoin reserve, Panda. I think that's a nice plan as well. Okay, so let's hand the wheel over to Panda. Let's see what he's put together here for us. Can you give us something that bounces, please, sir?
Yeah, just give me a second because I'm trying to catch so many falling knives.
Oh, really? Am I interrupting your shitcoinery at the moment?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
While you're doing that, I'm going to catch some falling knives, and then I'll tell everyone about
before, like leading into the show, I'm like, all right, things are leading into good levels. It's time to head shorts. I'm going to drop some shorts, and now I'm like, okay, we're going long. We need to
reverse it.
long.
Reverse. Okay. So let's see what you got here.
Yeah, I got one for you. Let me
shitcoinery in the background.
Let me share my.
NMR. What is NMR? NMR. He says
That one that Dave likes that had that JP Morgan huge investment to 500 billion,
yes,
right?
yes.
It's a relatively small market cap, 100 mil or so.
I remember that. Okay, Panda, what do you got here, bro?
I got H with all these random tokens that are just going absolutely nuts and just kind of like grinding and then doing these explosive moves. H, I'm going to keep it very simple here. You got a core dirty level, breakout, test, and we're coming back to test it again. I really like the 786 and 100 SMA. You're sitting at, my entry would be 0.112. And this would be like a 3x to 5x because it's a very wide stop loss, down to a 4-hour close under 0.103. 0.112 down to 0.103. And that is your 786. You got rising trend if we zoom out, and a big retest level on a quarterly level.
I just want to say the speed that you came out of that thing with a banger setup. I mean, James, there's no, I got to lose this win entry. That,
hey,
my
man.
friend,
Hey,
was
man, you asked me deliver, sir.
Okay. I love that. Okay, cool. What else?
Been practicing all day, man. Okay, so we're just gonna say 786 and trend. All right, we're gonna go long. Gwen entry.
Good question from Crypto Lady. She says, "What size position is this? One of these super volatile situations? Yeah. How do we play?
Yeah. So we want to keep it. We want to keep it super low leverage on this one, and then this would be your degen bet if we're gonna bounce. So if you're used to trading Solana, I don't know, Solana. $1,000 position, this would be something like 300. You know what I mean? And then just scale it up however big you trade your top 10 tokens. This is definitely a degen bet, and we're sitting on a bounce zone right now, but I'm not convinced because there's a lot of liquidity down here at 0.112. So yeah, definitely keep it on your radar. It's another 9-10% to the downside, and these things are known to just like dump and pump like it's nobody's business. We're just
a little capitulation away. That's all. Okay, give us something else here. Give us something else juicy. I'm working on a setup for you guys on Hype in the meantime while Panda is playing around.
I got XMR for you. So I got XMR on the 6 hour, and then this is just a play off Zcash. We're sitting on a macro 0.5 right now, and it looks like we're losing it. The green shaded areas are liquidity zones that we still didn't tap, or order blocks that were not fully taken. So I got a rising trend, I got a 50 SMA, and an order block, and a 6 hour POC. So that would be 346 down to 330. I would give it a 2 hour close under 330. It is worth. Was this me or you?
I heard that. I heard that. You? Somebody's pushing buttons.
I have to buy something there on 2-bit quickly. Okay, go.
3, 4.
Come, I'm going to show them now. Guys, I just bought pump. I'm going to show you now. Okay, carry on.
To yours if you want. Okay, 346 down to 330. It's worth noting this macro 618, and I highlighted in green because there's also a very big order block here. So depending on how low of leverage or how small of a position you would want to go, because I know boss doesn't want me to drop 2 setups, but you can technically take down your stop down to the 618 if you're on 3x. Just putting it out there. Or you just give this the 330 region a 2 hour close, and then we can try again at around 320 down to 315. Just putting it out there. I'll drop that update in the Discord.
So guys, Panda's obviously in the Chart Hackers Discord, and every chart you see on the show, including his, will be waiting in the Chart Hackers Discord for you. So you can find it all over there. Now, did this H just take off? What's the story?
No, come on.
Tao is the cold zone. Okay, guys. Okay, so look, a little bit early, okay, but I like this pump dropped into 786 and trend zone over here, okay, so that obviously looks good to me. That's interesting. So just in terms of like an entry zone, the ideal entry is 29 and a sweep down to say 286. So, you know, possibly a little bit more of a dip here, and you could probably get away with a super tight stop in the zone. You're probably looking at about 1.5-2% if you can get your entry nice and tight over there might be a little bounce. So I've just bought some pump now, and then the backup area here, which I expect to hold if we do get if they start getting kinder to us. I mean, we've almost got our reversal here. The next zone is going to be 28 into 276. Okay, so 28 into 276. I've just bought this pump here on 2bit. Okay, so looking for those two areas to hold there for us. So that could be interesting one. Then I've got hype for you guys, 2 zones as well. And I'm giving you 2 zones because this market is now in uncharted territory. Okay, so it's not trading like a normal beast. And it's doing a little bit, things are a little bit weird. So hype at the moment for me also could be an interesting one. I'm going to show you a tweet in a minute about an unlock, but 37.2 and 36.2. These look okay to me. What I would prefer to see is some indication of reversal on the oscillator. For me, it feels like it's a couple of hours away maximum. We should see something here. So in the near, probably like, yeah, maybe in the next hour or two, we should see this thing start trying to bounce at least. And hopefully it's going to be on one of these, 37.2, and it's going to be on 36.13. Okay, these are the 2 zones that you want to play with at the moment. Remember, we gave you this long yesterday, and it absolutely cooked off that zone. Okay, so we're expecting another little bounce there for that one on hype. So that you've got pump and you've got hype. Those make sense to me. Let's talk Asta. Asta hit our TP zone yesterday. Okay, so we hit the entry. We actually had a double when entry yesterday. We had Uni, which hit our TP zone, and we had Asta, which hit our TP zone. But look at these sneaky guys. Look at it. They just wicked it in there, and now they've reversed this thing down. And there's a bit of news on Asta at the moment, and that is now Coinbase is listed, and you can trade it spot on Coinbase. Now, I can't believe that was the big news about Asta. I mean, it's ridiculous, but anyway, that's what it is. So a little sell-off now obviously is fine. And somebody was saying, there was another tweet I was looking at earlier. They were saying they're making it look weak, but it's actually not in terms of the holders and the buyers or whatever coming in. I don't have that tweet here. I had it somewhere here for you guys. But what I've done is I've mapped out an Asta fresh one for you guys. Okay, so I've got a fresh entry coming on Asta. We might when entry this one in a couple of minutes after the show. This might be my trade that I give to the Chart Hackers Discord, but right now this is starting to make sense for me at 1.15 into about 1.11. So this zone is now starting to look really nice for us in terms of this oscillator resetting as well. So let's see what they give us. I'll build this one. In fact, this will be the one, James. We'll build this one in the Chart Hackers Discord. I'll drop it there for you guys, including stop losses. I'll give you take profit zones. I'll give you the full situation. Okay, let's talk virtual. Absolutely going to zero. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to reduce my cursing on the show, so please don't make me talk about it.
Look, on the plus side, this thing is screaming that it wants to reverse. Okay, so we'll work out a level now for you guys. But if you look at that, bang. If you look at that, bang. Okay, look where we are now. There, bang. Okay, every time we've seen something like that on the oscillator, we did get some kind of reversal or some kind of result. Okay, so there's a little bit of virtual hopium. Let's zoom out. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's just see where they want to send us. Well, this does not look nice. This does not look nice to me. Wow. Okay.
The fact that you're scrambling through the chart trying to find where the up from the down is so lost in this abyss.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna show you where it's gonna bounce shortly. It's gonna bounce shortly here. In fact, we covered this in detail yesterday. Now, each exchange got a different wick, obviously in different zones. But let me show you where. Well, you can see right now. Okay, so 0.89. Yes, I covered this one yesterday. That is a high conviction zone, but that is gonna take some work from the market makers. They're gonna have to really dump this thing properly. Then I've got an interim zone where you're probably gonna get a short-term bounce, which is there. Bang. Okay, at 99. Okay, so 2 bounce zones for virtual. Short-term bounce, 99, 1 or 99. I think you're going to get a bounce there, short-term. Then you're looking at 89, that type of region. 89 into 83 is going to be your next bounce zone. Now, in terms of the 8-hour, you can see this thing wants to come down at the moment, and it could very well drop another 10-15% into that zone based on the 8-hour. So, guys, possible longs at 89 into 80, call it 84. Let me just highlight this for you here. This will be in Chart Hackers for you guys. 89 to 84. That makes sense. Again, we don't need to speculate how high this can go. Maybe, 10-20%, maybe more. Then you're looking at 1 or 99 for a short-term bounce up here. Okay, and who's saying virtual? Says Arden says virtual going back to 76. Yeah, that's the lows. Okay, look, but if essentially what you're looking for when I zoom out of these things, what I want to see, you get these short-term bounces and you get stuff like that. Okay, so you're going to get something along the way. So it might not necessarily be in a straight line, but it is something that you can obviously pay attention to. Oh no, is Aero looking rough? That means I'm getting rinsed on Aero as well. SPX, guys, beautiful pump into trend. Look at that, bang. Okay, so nice little trade earlier today. All I did for what it's worth was get a head short at the highs. I decided to hold SPX because I wanted that to be my Hail Mary breakout play, and I was going to get quite aggressive with that one into 95. Right now, we'll have to wait and see what happens next now with SPX. Okay, but it made it to the trend. Let's see what happens when it dips lower. But it was actually one of my best performing trades from yesterday's show, and proper mover there to the upside. Now let's take a look at Uni. This one hit TP1. Okay, so that was a nice win entry, and again we're gonna have to reassess. I wouldn't jump back in just yet. You got to reassess these things. We got to see what we're looking at in terms of oscillators, but possible another reversal, but just be careful here. Need to actually spend some time on this Uni. Let's see. Am I getting rinsed on pump? No, not yet. No pumpies, rinsies just yet. Panda, anything else, bro?
Yeah, I got want to see the quickest setup I can drop? You can time me if you want.
Yes, let's go.
On 𝗬𝗹𝗚.
Yeah, let's go. Oh yes, Tao. That's important. That's important.
All right, I'm just gonna take this, and I'm just gonna move it right, right about here, and we're gonna rinse and repeat with a quick couple of things. Tao, untapped order block, 290 down to 273, perfect 618 here, and I just want to highlight this area right here because we potentially might get some cheekiness down to 270 to 275, down to 270. I would say this order block right here. So yeah, interesting zone. Still resetting. I'm actually looking at it on the 4-hour here, so we still need to have the stocks reset, but then this can be turning to the upside before it rolls back again. But we should be getting a reaction here. Worth noting that on the 3-day, it is looking absolutely ugly, losing trend, but it's still coming back to tap this liquidity, and then maybe we can bounce and reject off the trend. But long time frame, it's not looking the best, but I think we're getting close. We're getting close for an entry on Tao.
Well, guys, there you go. I'm sitting in Tao. I'm just actually looking here. Let me show you.
This 3-day doesn't look pretty.
I'm still bleeding a bit of Tao here at the moment. Let me show you guys there. I've cut a big portion of it, so it's $20,000 long at the moment. And yeah, shorts are printing. Not a good vibe. Okay, shorts are printing, but we were in it for a 2-day push. Well, I was in it for a 2-day push. I wanted to see. I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for a move. Okay.
We got a clean shave. We didn't get a haircut.
Oh my god! But guys, you know what?
Heading.
I mean, yeah. Well, it was close. It was pretty close. So I just want to say to everybody here again: hang tough. Okay, I show up every single day. Okay, just pull yourself together. Be good about it. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna get the moves. Like everything is actually okay. Watch the show. Sharpen up your TA. When we get the moment, we're going to get the moment. We're going to get a beautiful move in the market, and you're going to see this stuff all come together and these multiple big moves, and we're going to absolutely smash it. So just hang in there, guys. Come into Chart Hackers. Obviously, Panda's there. He'll obviously look after you there. Abe says error update.
Yeah, can we look at that real quick? Do you have a minute?
Yeah. I've got error. Let's go.
I saw a bunch of people talking about it in the chat there. I think some people stuck in it maybe.
Yeah, full round trip. Am I still? I wonder if I'm stuck here. Wait, no, I'm still in it. I'm minus $1,100. Okay, on
Nice.
Aero.
That's the update.
Yeah,
That's the update. Rinse.
Daddy getting rinsed.
I'm red. Move
Daddy
on.
getting liquidated. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Let's get this box around here. Urgent error update. Getting rinsed. Okay, there we go. That looks good to me. Okay, so guys, here's our big zone. This is literally the bounce now, cut it off. I think I actually covered this one in detail yesterday as well. This wick is obviously something we want to watch here. There, bang, 6935. That is what we're paying attention to over there. Let's see if our order block is in play. Yeah, you got a lot of order blocks here, guys. I mean, this is like, it's a strong zone. Look at this order block here. Wicks, guys, it's going to come down to Bitcoin bouncing at around this 85 region. Let's take a look at dominance quickly. Let's just see where we are for perspective in dominance. We just want to make sure dominance is going to start playing ball. If we see a red dominance when things are falling over, that's generally a good sign that these alts are getting less rinsed. Okay, so dominance a little bit red here. Okay, that is okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, when the market is falling over like this is where we look for these bots, these 3x bots, these 5x bots, guys. In fact, thank you for the reminder. We can fire those things up at these types of levels. Okay, so dominance is red. That is good. Let's check our USDT dominance quickly. Okay, pushing. So guys, you really want to watch this USDT dominance chart, 6.6 and 6.4. Watch that area. Okay, watch that area closely. That is where you're going to get a possible rejection and quite a big market bounce. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, it might mean Bitcoin drops into our bigger zone. There we go, 85,528 and 34 cents. And we'll see. Maybe they just rinse us straight through and take us to 74. Okay, let's see. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming in hot. Okay, there we go. That's a wrap. Thank you, boys. Anything, James? Anything you'd like to say, sir?
Good luck, everyone.
He sounds tired. Panda, how are you feeling there? How are you, bro?
Yeah. Good luck.
Tired, boss.
Okay. Just remember, boys, the market's going to bounce soon, and we got to be ready because we're going to ride that shit up. Okay. Later. See you guys later.